Well, I did not expect to be doing another video like this. I ended up getting another Nintendo product. This time a new 2DS. This one's only supposed to have right button issues to where the right button doesn't work. It's either the button either the button is sheared off the PCB, which is worst case scenario. But if it's what I hope it is, it's just the button itself is that it's just slightly bent, and I just gotta bend it back into place. But first, I need to make sure this thing actually still does work right. So, of course, open it up and see what's in the box. It's supposed to be just the the 2DS and the 4 gig SD card. I would have liked Nintendo to use a standard SD card instead of a set of micros because those things corrupt all over the place, corrupt all the time. So it's kind of a nuisance, but at least they are keeping up with the times. At least when it comes to that, they're not pulling a Sony with the Vita. The proprietary memories of The proprietary memory for the Vita is one of the key factors in why it freaking died so soon. Alright, here's the 2DS. It seems like it was packaged well, so that's good. There we go. Scratches aren't as bad as I initially anticipated. Yeah, it feels like some. Yeah, I can definitely tell right trigger's definitely not working right. So I'll pop the case off after I make sure the thing actually functions right. Oh wow, the screens are in perfect condition practically. Let's see what happens when I try to turn it on. Okay, I'll do all this off camera. Alright, so I just got done doing the general, making sure everything works right. And from from the looks of it, everything is working excluding the right trigger, which is what was stated in the post. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to power this thing off, take off the back panel, and actually see if the button is sheared off or if it just needs to be bent back into place. So I'm going to pop this thing off, pop this thing apart, and come back. Luckily, I have a tri-wing screwdriver from a repair kit that I don't remember where I got it from, or what I got the repair kit for. Alright, so here is the 2DS. Luckily, the right trigger is not sheared off, but the actual pads are incredibly small, so if the button itself is dead, because when I'm actually pushing on it, it is it's not fully clicking like this, where it makes an audible click, but it does decompress. So most likely this button here is just dead. Something inside it died. So I need to go to AliExpress and buy some of these little replacements. Unfortunately, desoldering and resoldering something like this is far outside my league. But I want to reboot the system and see what happens when I try to press R with the backing turned off. Hopefully this thing will boot up without a problem and I can get it to respond. Close, go away. Okay, so the physical button itself is broke. I am pressing quite hard on it and it's not doing a thing. But if I press on the left trigger, which you can see the left trigger is fully functioning. So the actual physical button itself is dead. So this repair is far outside my league. So I'm going to call up some local repair centers and see if any of them actually can repair the little can replace this little this little button trigger right here. And hopefully in the next few weeks I'll have this thing fully up and running again. I mean, technically right now I can still use it, I just can't use the right trigger. So I'm gonna guess I might as well just set up everything else, get my nindont account linked to this thing, because I do have one. I had it linked to the little shitty Pokemon app that came out on mobile. So yeah. So I guess I'll just end the video here, because this is, as of right now, I got myself again a fairly fully working system. It just has a repair that is far outside what I can do. I am not Louis Rossman, sadly. If there's no repair shop around here, I can probably send it to. There is one dude that does repair this type of stuff. I forget his name, but I might constantly see his videos on my suggested. So if I can't get a repair shop here, I can probably message him and maybe send it off to him to repair, since this repair should be a very simple fix. So again, I got stupid lucky again with a Nintendo product. Now I do plan on eventually homebrewing this thing, but I'm not going to do that until this thing is finally at the end of its life, which is most likely going to be within the next year or so. So I'm going to pop this thing back together and continue using it. Quick update, I am in the final stages of homebrewing or jailbreaking this 3DS. So I will come back if this is successful or not. And hopefully also maybe in the next week or so I'll figure out why these thinking SD cards decided to go stupid and just brick themselves. Well, time to let my true autism show. This is kind of the main reason why I wanted to try this out or get this console in the first place. Because I want to see how Minecraft actually runs on this thing. It's one of the very few things that legitimately interested me when I heard Minecraft came on this thing. Granted, this version of Minecraft is long since dead. But with Homebrew, I get to actually test it. I actually get to try it out. But of course, the right trigger doesn't work, so I really can't do much. So, it's kind of a shame, but at least I can roam around for a bit. So yeah, at least I get to let my true autism show for a little while. So I'm going to screw around in this for a while, and then I'm actually going to get the new Love Plus 3D game on here too. Also, speaking of Love Plus, I also need to finish this up also. So it's been a few days since I recorded the last part of this video, giving me enough time to really see how this thing works and see if there's any other quirks or anything like that before I do a finalization for this video, which is what this part is. So like I said, I homebrewed it, I played Minecraft on it, really can't do much with it due to the right trigger being busted, but the main reason why I got this 2DS XL is so I can play New Love Plus. And I don't want to admit it, but it took me 4 days of around to figure out how to get the actual partial patch installed. And someone on the forum when it comes to this just told me to just use the Luma thing and just do a few things inside the SSD when it comes to folder making, and I now have a not fully patched, but a partial patched New Love Plus. And of course, if I actually go to load it up, at least Rinko didn't complain about me powering down the device this time, even though I said the last time she complained. As you can tell, there is now English text. Again, it's a 28% patch, so it's very, very, it's partial to say the least. At least it's better than it being full Japanese. Granted, I played the original game on here, so I have a general idea of what I need to do, so I'm not going into this blind. But the one thing I am going to end up changing on this 2DS is the stylus. This is my homemade stylus. It's just a barbecue skewer with a little piece of tape wrapped around here so it can easily slide into there and actually hold itself. The reason why I'm going to change that is because, well, unlike the other two models I own, which are again my DSIs, my normal, my XL, with the way these ones were designed, I was able to put the stylus right here, and they don't impede with the look, and they don't really impede with normal day-to-day use, unlike the stylus for this one. So I'm going to eventually I'm eventually just going to chuck this thing in the trash and buy an actual stylus off Amazon for this 2D for this XL right here. And one other thing I'll probably change is the stylus on this one, because I stupidly colored it black with a Sharpie and it's rubbing off. So that was a dumb move, hence why I didn't do it on my XL or on the newer one here. So with that said, that's pretty much my $50 new 2DS XL. Also, I'll end this video by saying that I do plan on eventually getting this right trigger repaired. It's going to cost another $50. Granted, at that rate, I should have just bought a brand new 2DS XL, but for $50 to get one of these in relatively working order, I'm very happy with the purchase. So it's probably going to be like a few months before I get this repaired, but since the only other game I'll probably play on this thing is Minecraft, I can go without the right trigger, because for the most part what I'm going to be playing again is this game right here. So like I said, for $50 2DS XL, I'm very happy with this purchase.